विनायक नमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु नो देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामः सिद्धिर्भवतु नो सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचर विनाशकरं नमामि। श्रीरघुराम चारुतुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृङ्गारगुणाभिराम त्रिजगन्नुत शौर्य रमाललाम दुर्वारुकबन्धराक्षसविराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारकनाम भद्रगिरिदाशरथी करुणापयोनिधि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वञ्च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। पंचांगम April 2nd, 2nd or 1st? 2nd, right for you? 2nd. Shubhakrat Nama Samvatsaraha. So Nutana, so far if you remember we were saying Plava Plava. Now it is Shubhakrat. Shubhakrat Nama Samvatsare Uttarayane Vasantaratau Chaitra Mase Dvitiya Tithihi till 3:08 AM. Sthiravasaraha. Ashwini Nakshatram, luckily a new Nakshatra cycle also is starting. Ashwini Nakshatram till 3:07 AM, followed by Bharani Nakshatram. Vaidhriti Yoga till 10:23 PM, followed by Vishkambha Yoga. Balavakaranam till 2:43 PM, followed by Kaulavakaranam till 3:08 AM, coinciding with the Tithi, followed by Taitilakaranam. Sushachate, Sudinanchate. Sarvebhyah Ugadi Shubhashayaha. We are starting a great chapter today, great Sarga, on the Ugadi occasion. Yes, it is second day, but for us in Bharat today, it is Ugadi. So we are starting Ugadi today. We are starting the new Sarga on the Ugadi. Incomplete slides, so forgive some titles, etc. I have prepared only 2 slides. For the rest, we will switch over to PDF. If you remember the last Vishwamitropi Dharmatma Labdva Brahmanyamuttamam Brahmarshim Pujayamasa Vasishtham Japatam Varam Krutakamo Mahim Sarvam Chachara Tapasisthitaha. So that's where we ended. That after obtaining the Brahmanyam, Uttamam Brahmanyam, he then offered puja. Pujayamasa, he did puja, he worshipped Japatam Varaha Vasishtaha. Tam, he has Tam Japatam Varam Vasishtam Pujayamasa. And then Krutakamaha, having been fulfilled, wishes fulfilled, then Vishwamitra Tapasisthitaha, continuing to be in that state of tapas. Sarvam Mahim Chachara. He again went on his world travel, or his tour across the world, across the earth, in fact. So that is where we stopped the last Sarga. Let's continue with the next one. Atha Shakshashtitamas Sargaha.
Atha Shakshashtitamas Sargaha.
Tatah prabhate vimale
ततः प्रभाते विमले
krita karma naradhipaha
कृतकर्मा नराधिपः
Vishwamitram Mahatmanam
विश्वामित्रं महात्मानं
Ajuhava Saraghavam.
आजुहावसराघवम्.
So the literal meaning we know, but let's read the Purva Ghatana and the little context there. Evam Swamatru Shapa Mochana Ghatakatva Kruta Upakara Smritya Shatananda Pratipaditena Prasangikena Vishwamitra Charitrena Upakara Guru Vaibhavo Jneyaha. So why did Shatananda had to tell so detailed story of Vishwamitra is commented here by the commentator as Swamatru Shapa Vimochana Ghatakatva Kruta Upakara Smritya. Smriti is memory or by knowledge. By the memory, by recollecting the event that Swamatru Mochana, Shapa Mochana, Ghatakatva, Kruta Upakara Smritihi. So he knows, Shatananda Maharshi knows that his mother's Shapa Vimochana, release of her mother's observance of the Shapa sentences, instructions given by his father Gautama Rishi, was relieved by Vishwamitra taking Sri Rama to her, through her ashrama, explaining the story, and then letting Sri Rama see her, by which was the the exit criteria given of the Shapa by Gautama Rishi then. That in the future, when Sri Rama comes and sees you, then you are relieved of the Shapa. Then you can come out of your the strict adherence or strict observation of very intense introverting or introvert, if I don't know how to make an adjective out of it, but being introvert and being within introspective and all of that, right? From that Shapa, you will be relieved when that in future, when Sri Rama comes. That is the exit criteria given by Gautama Maharshi. And accordingly, Vishwamitra made it happen. And so, out of that Upakara, Kruta Upakara Smritya. So, Swamatru Shapa Mochana Ghatakatva Upakara Smritya Shatananda Pratipaditena Prasangikena Vishwamitra Charitrena Upakara Guru Vaibhavaha Jneyaha. Upakara Guru Vaibhavam. So why did he have to tell all of this? Because out of gratitude, he has elaborated the glory of Vishwamitra, who enabled the exit process of his mother's observation of that penance of Shapa through the vision of Sri Rama. So that is one thing. Then previously, when we said Brahmanyam Manuttamam Labdhva was the last shloka of the 65th Sarga. So slightly elaborated from there also. Kama Krodhau Sarvada Durnirodhau. These two things called Kama and Krodha. Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, right? These two are the toughest evils, he says. So also, Kama Krodhau Sarvada Durnirodhau. They are hard to resist or avoid, get rid of. Jitakama Krodhaha Eva Brahmanottamaha. Who is the best Brahmana? One who has won over, one who has won over. O-N-E-W-O-N. One who has won over the Kama and the Krodha alone is a Uttama Brahmana. So Brahmanyam cha na sulabham. And hence, Brahmanyam is not easy. It is not just by birth that everyone is a Brahmana, but one who has attained such state, who has won over the weaknesses of kama and krodha alone is a brahmana, and such a state is not easy. Brahmanyam cha na sulabham. Brahmavid apacharaha sarvarambha nirodhakaha. And apacharaha is anti-courtesy, discourteous. Discourtesy to Brahmavid, one who knows Brahmatvam. So to those who know Brahma, such Brahmanas, apachara done against them, apachara done to them, or discourtesy against them, or discourtesy to them, is sarvarambha nirodhakaha. That is the first, blocking gate for any sadhana. And so one, if one crosses that, because he did apachara to Vasishtha, that was his first problem. And then however, he realized it, and then he had to face so many obstacles and tests of temptations of Rambha, Urvashi, and helping situations of Ambarisha, of Trishanku, etc. And in spite of all of that, he has still worked towards winning over the kama and krodha, and finally all gods have certified, and hence he obtained Brahmanyam. So from that state, Kruta Kama, that is where Atalji.
भोगाजी महोदय, अहिल्या विमोचन प्रसंगे तु वसिष्ठ मुनि तत्र आसीत्, तो कथं सः विश्वामित्रं स्मरति?
न अहल्या मोचन समये विश्वामित्र एव नयति खलु रामं?
वसिष्ठ नयति नो?
न, विश्वामित्र खलु.
विश्वामित्र.
अरे Balakanda, we have been studying where Vishwamitra has been taking Rama from one place to the other place to the other place.
Oh, that's Ram. That's what, not Vasishtha. Oh, no. I just. Oh, I just forgot.
So Vishwamitra takes Rama from one place to another place and enables Rama to be the sort of to be the provider of those anticipated benefits for those people there. So Vishwamitra is sort of the enabler. Rama performs it, but he enables Rama to perform it. So such Vishwamitra, so Tata, having such Vishwamitra's story was glorified by Shatananda out of gratitude, is what is essentially brought as the context of the completion of Vishwamitra's story narration, and now coming back to present, where again Janaka and all are in their Yajnavata, and the last night Shatananda's story was complete, and then everyone greeted each other. All of them have went back to their homes. And now, next day morning, Tataha Prabhate Vimale, in the very serene morning, day morning, Krita Karma Naradhipaha. So even Naradhipa also Krita Karma means having done his Pratah Karma, what all the karma that he has to do, Sandhyavanam, etc., etc. Naradhipaha, who is Janaka here. Janaka is the Naradhipa in this context. So Naradhipaha Vishwamitram Mahatmanam Saraghavam Ajuhava. So Janaka, he went and greeted and invited Vishwamitra along with Raghava, along with Rama and Lakshmana. So that's how we are starting this circle. Tamarchayitva dharmatma Shastra drishtena karmana Raghavaucha mahatmano Tada vakyamuvachah. So tada, then having Janaka come there, dharmatma shastra drishtena karmana. Dharmatma is here again Radhipaha Janakaha. Shastra drishtena means as prescribed by Shastras from the Shastra point of view. Shastra drishtena karmana Mahatmano Raghavau cha tada vakyam uvacha. He initially did all the puja etc. to Vishwamitra, and then now he is addressing the youngsters Rama and Lakshmana as per Shastra. As per Shastra, Brahmarshi elders have to be first worshipped. So he has worshipped them, Vishwamitra first, and then now he is addressing Rama and Lakshmana. Bhagavan swagatam testu.
Bhagavan swagatam testu.
Kim karomi tavanagha.
Kim karomi tavanagha.
Bhavan ajñapayatu mam.
Bhavan agnapayatu mam.
Ajñapyo bhavatahyaham.
Agnapyo bhavatapyaham.
So he having greeted Rama and Lakshmana also is now talking to Vishwamitra. He is saying, Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan Vishwamitra, swagatam te astu. Swagatam te, welcome to you. Swagatam te astu. Kim karomi tava anagha. Oh anagha, oh impeccable person. How can I serve you? What can I do for you? Because you have come like an atithi, we did not know. So what can we do for you? Bhavan ajñapayatu. You just order me. Ajñapanam karotu ajñapayatu. Mom, please order me, just order me. Ajñapyaha. I am to be ordered. Ajñapyaha is a nich pratyaya there. That means I am to be ordered by you. Bhavata hi aham. Aham bhavata hi ajñapyaha. I am to be ordered by you only. I mean, as a king, of course, I am the king, but in front of you, I am a servant. So I am to be ordered by you. Ajñapyaha bhavata aham. Eva muktastu dharmatma.
Eva muktastu dharmatma.
Janakena mahatmana.
Janakena mahatmana.
Pratyuvacha munirviram.
Pratyuvacha munirviram.
Vakyam vakya visharadaha.
Vakyam vakya visharadaha.
So eva muktaha dharmatma. Dharmatma here now is Vishwamitra. Dharmatma Janakena mahatmana. Thus asked by Janaka, by the Mahatma Janaka, Dharmatma Munihi Viram Vakyam Pratyuvacha. Vakya Visharadaha Dharmatma Munihi Viram Vakyam Pratyuvacha. So Mahatma Vakya Visharadaha, one who is very good at his speech, has uttered this great sentence, this great ripples sentence in reply to Janaka. Putrau Dasharathasya
Putrau Dasharathasyemau.
Kshatriyau Lokavishritau.
Kshatriyau Lokavishritau.
Drashtukamau Dhanusreshtham.
Drashtukamau Dhanusreshtham.
Yadetat Tvayi Tishtati.
Yadetat Tvayi Tishtati.
So see the strategy of Vishwamitra. He is saying, Putrau, these Dasharathasya imau Kshatri Putrau. These two are sons of Dasharatha. Kshatriyau, they are great protectors, They have fought against so many Rakshasas and helped me perform all my yajnas and all, right? So they are protectors of people. Kshatriyau and Lokavishritau, they are very popular. They are very famous in all the worlds. Lokavishritau. And he is saying, Yat Tvayi Yat Dhanuhu, Yat Sreshtham Dhanuhu, Tvayi Tishtati, Drashtukamau. Drashtukamau means Drashtum Kamaha Yasya Saha Drashtukamaha. one who is wanting to see it is a drashtukamaha. And both of them, so drashtukamo, vivachanam. So he's saying drashtukamo. What are they wanting to see? Yat sreshtham dhanuhu tvai tishtati. That great, that significant great bow that is there with you in your place, they are wanting to see it. So far, did ever Rama and Lakshmana even ask, do they even know that Janaka has it? Did they ever discuss about it? No. So in a way, Vishwamitra is directly sort of setting the context and building the proposal. He is saying, Drashtukamo, बच्चा अपना देखना चाहते हैं आपके पास वो जो है ना थोड़ा वो देखना चाहते हैं अपने बच्चे. That kind of a very casual colloquial Hindi style. अपना बच्चा देखना चाहते हैं आपके पास वो बाण पड़े हैं ना जरा देखना चाहते हैं. That kind of a way is setting the context there. So he's saying, Etad darshaya bhadram te.
Etad darshaya bhadram te.
Krutakamo nrupatmajau.
Krutakamo nrupatmajau.
Darshanadasya dhanushaha.
Darshanadasya dhanushaha.
Yatheshtam pratiyasyataha.
Yatheshtam pratiyasyataha.
So what he is saying, drashtukamo, that's how he started, right? So he's saying, Etad darshaya. They want to see, so just show it to them. so casually saying, Etad darshaya bhadram te, all the best to you. And krutakamo nrupatmajo darshanat, asya dhanushaha darshanat, krutakamo nrupatmajo yatha ishtam pratiyasyataha. What he's saying is, hey, they've just come here to see that great dhanush you have. Kindly show it to them. All the best to you. May the best happen to you. And asya darshanat, by seeing it or after seeing it, these two krutakamo, having fulfilled their desire of seeing that great dhanush that you have at your place, having seen it and having fulfilled their wish to see it, yatheshtam pratiyasyataha, they will leave as they wish, as they like, they will go back. So they've just come to see your dhanush. That's all, nothing more than that. So casually is setting the scene and presenting setting the situation and presenting the situation, or presenting the proposal, presenting the idea. Are you able to enjoy that? How Vishwamitra is setting it?
Yes, Bhogaji.
Rama and Lakshmana doesn't know, they don't know. Unlike Tulsidas, Ramcharitmanas and all, where we think it is a Swayamvara, grand thing happening and all, right? It is not like that. It happens very traditional, Vedic arranged marriage, proposed by elders, as we write in our, in Lagna Patrikas also, right? That Jeshtaihi Nishchitam, this was proposed and decided by elders. As per that, I am requesting you to the wedding of my daughter. That's how we write also. So exactly like that, it happens. But other Ramayanas, other versions of Ramayanas written by other devotees, out of devotion and out of probably then popular traditions, have slightly modified it as per their vision and as per their ideas. But original Valmiki is Ramayanam. Ramayanam means Valmiki Ramayanam. Every other one has a different name. Tulsi, Ramcharitmanas, Kalpavraksham, Ramayana Kalpavraksham, or Kamba Ramayanam. Just all have different names. Ramayanam, if we say, it is Valmiki Ramayanam, which is this. And so we should have that clarity there. Eva muktastu janakaha.
Eva muktastu janakaha.
Pratyuvacha mahamunim.
प्रत्युवाच महामुनिम्
श्रूयतामस्य धनुषः
श्रूयतामस्य धनुषः
यतर्थम् इह तिष्ठति.
यदर्थम् इह तिष्ठति.
So, because Vishwamitra brought the topic, Janaka is taking this opportunity to explain the yatartham iha tishtati. For what purpose has it been with us? May you listen. Shruyatam asya dhanushaha. May you listen to the story which and the purpose and the reason for which, because of which this dhanush is in our place. May you know that story. And that's how he replied to Vishwamitra, who has asked him to bring and show the dhanush. So, Devarata iti khyataha.
Devarata iti khyataha.
Nimeshashto mahipatihi.
Nimeshasto mahipatihi.
Nyasoyam tasya bhagavan.
Nyasoyam tasya bhagavan.
Haste datto mahatmana.
Haste datto mahatmana.
So Devarata iti khyataha. There was one popular king by name Mahipatihi, by name Devarata. Who is he? Nimeshaha Shashtaha. The sixth one after Nimeshaha. Who is Nimeshaha? Nimeshaha is the son of Nimihi. Nimihi was one of the ancestors of Janaka, and his son is Nimeshaha. There are 7 of them, and Devarata is the 7th one, or the 6th one after Nimeshaha. Nimeshaha Shashtaha. So Mahipatihi, Nimeshaha Shashtihi. Of Nimesha, the 6th one, which means the 6th one after one, the 7th child or 7th sibling. Tasya haste Mahatmana dattaha ayam nyasaha Bhagavan. So Janaka is addressing Vishwamitra as Bhagavan and saying, oh Bhagavan, to that Devarata, who is the 6th one after Nimesha, to him by Mahatma, some great person, Mahatma, this Dhanush has been given as Nyasa. Nyasa is, as we know, Nyasila Nyasa, we say, right? To keep it, to start, foundation. But Nyasa also is given a good meaning here. Nitaram, so Nyasa word, if you see, has Ni, A, Saha. So Ni is one upasarga, A is another upasarga, and Saha is the other actual dhatu related word. So Nitaram, Ni for Nitaram. Nitaram means continuously, eternally, forever. Nitaram, and A is Asamantat. Asamantat bhavena. Nitaram Asamantat bhavena asyante ripavaha. Asyante means asya is eaten away. Eaten away means killed or controlled, or consumed. Even ripavaha, even that by which forever, in entirety, all foes are, consumed or put under control, is Nyasaha. So in this context, Saha Shatrunashakaha ityarthaha. So that is another beautiful definition given of Nyasaha here. So they gave this Shivadhanus to us so that we can keep all the foes away and in control. So that's how it was given to us. Such a great Dhanush this is. And how did it start? Or how did we get it? So Daksha Yajna Vadhe Purvam.
Daksha Yajna Vadhe Purvam. Daksha Yajna Vadhe Purvam. Dhanurayamya Viryavan. Rudrastrutadashan Roshat Salilamidam Abravit. Bhogaji, audio is not clear for me or everyone, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Yes, everyone. Bogaji, you might need to know.
No problem. Can you hear me?
Not clear.
Anybody went home now?
No, Bhogaji, not at all clear actually. Voice is coming, but it is so much disturbed.
So log back, Bogaji, if we can. Make others
Yeah.
admin, log in and log back.
Okay. Yeah, let me make you. I'm making you co-host. Let me log out and log back in.
Now it is clear.
Now it is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we'll try. Okay, let's hope so. It will be better. So Daksha Yajna Vadhe Purvam.
Daksha Yajna Vadhe Purvam
Ayamya Viryavan.
Dhanurayamya Viryavan
Rudrastu Tridashan Roshat
Rudrastu Tridashan Roshat
Salilamidam Abravit.
Salilamidam Abravit.
So he started telling the story of, yes, this was given to us, our ancestor called Devrata by Mahatma. Who is that Mahatma? And the story is now starting. Daksha Yajna Vadha, we all know the Daksha Yajna. And Shiva, Sati Devi Avatara, how she marries Shiva in spite of, in spite of disapproval from her father Daksha, who is a Prajapati, thinking that Shiva is a very, unambitious, less powerful, not so great personality. So, because he wants materialistically much more rich, ambitious, accomplished kind of a person. But Shiva is a very self-contented and always in his own self, jhana, samadhi, etc. So he does not approve it. In spite of that, Sati goes and marries him. They live happily. But one day they come to know that Daksha is performing a great yajna, to which, and as we have been reading, right, in every sarga, every time there is yajna, all devas are invited for their respective bhaga. The harvest that the Yajman offers is taken as bhagas as per instructions, typically set already as per the policies previously set by Indra as per all the gods. And so all gods have come and they say Anishwaraha Yajnaha Ashasana. viruddha. So a yajna without Ishvara, if Shiva is not there, that yajna is a papam, or is a futile yajna. In fact, is a sinful yajna. And this Daksha thinks, oh, I am the Prajapati, I am so great. And anyway, he never had any regards for Shiva. So he doesn't invite Ishvara for this yajna. So, as we said, as per Shastra, that yajna is a futile, waste. However, because of Narada going and informing Sati that, hey, don't you know your father is performing this yajna? Don't you want to go and attend it? And she says, no, my husband was not invited. So what? You're his daughter. You can go. So he sort of motivates her to visit it. Then he goes and then she goes and asks Shiva, and Shiva says, you know, he hasn't invited you, and when not invited, it is better we don't go. But she says, no, you know, it's my father, he loves us. And so maybe he didn't think it is, you have to invite formally. So let's go. He says, no. But out of love for his wife Sati, he says, all right, for your sake, I'm coming. But you know, it may not be turning out good. And we all know the story, right? So both of them, they go, but by the time when they go, they don't even, offer they don't do a good warm invitation, warm welcome to them. And Sati, after all that various incidents, or after various transactions, Sati decides to commit suicide. And so she self-immolates herself. In fact, that is why they say that Sati Achara also has come from there, where women set themselves, immolate themselves, self-immolate themselves. And now that Sati is lost, Shiva, who is other by definition, Shiva means Shantam, Sham Karoti, Shantam, Shivam, Sundaram. Such kind of a cool introvert kind of a Shiva now becomes Rudra. And he goes to destroy the entire yajna. He creates his Virabhadra from one of his hairs from the jata, and the Virabhadra, becomes so ferocious and goes to vandalize the whole yajna and all of that. So in that context, right, that is the Daksha yajna Vidvamsana context that we all know probably. We all know it, but I'm just trying to recollect so that from there we can continue now. Daksha yajna vadhe purvam, in the past, during that Daksha yajna and in that vadha Vidvamsana time, Dhanurayamya viryavan, by holding the dhanu and by setting up the dhanu, Rudraha Tridashan, he has addressed Tridashan Salilam idam abravit roshat. So he has said this to all the Tridashas, all the gods who are beyond the three states. Tridashan roshat Salilam idam abravit. So what to say? Salilam ityanena shrama abhavaha. Without any unstressed, without any distress, without any stress, yet with all the fury, Shivaha, Rudraha, he has said this to all the gods. Yasmad bhagarthinu bhagan. Are you able to hear me?
Yasmat bhagartino bhagan
Nakalpayata me suraha.
na kalpayata me suraha
Varangani maharhani.
varangani maharhani
Anusha shatayami vaha.
danusha shatayami vaha.
So, yasmat, because, tasmat, that's why. So, yasmat is because, he suraha, oh you gods, yasmat, because, bhagarthinaha suraha, oh all of you who are supposed to take your respective shares of the offerings of the yajna, Bhagan na akalpayata me. For me, you have not arranged my share of it. Or you have not arranged to even consider that I was not invited. And you have not arranged my share. So, Dhanusha, with this great Dhanush, Vaha, Vaha means of you, Naha, Asmakam Naha, Yashmakam Vaha, Yashmabhyaha Vaha. For all of you, Aham, Varangani, Maharhani, Shatayami, Vara Anga. Anga is body part. Vara, the best of your body parts. What is the best one? Head is the best part, we think, right? Even if you go even if your limb is not there, that's okay. We can still walk, and there are people who do even paintings with their legs. But if there is no head, that's it. If there is no more, body is waste. So, Vara Angaha is the head. Varangani, all of your heads. Maharhani, that too, very worthy, deserving heads of all of you. I shall Shatayami. Shatayami is I shall cut them into pieces. Shatayami Vaha. Tato Vimanasas Sarve.
Tato Vimanasya Sarve
Devavai Munipungava.
Devavai Munipungava
Prasadayanti Devesham.
Prasadayanti Devesham
Tesham Prito Bhavad Bhavaha.
Tesham Prito Bhavad Bhavaha.
So then, with that just one warning that Rudra gave, Tata Sarve Devaha, with that, all gods, Vimanasaha, became disheartened. And oh my God, Rudra is angry. Oh, we should not be taking our respective shares. How did we forget Mahadeva? Oh no, let's not do it. So, Vimanasaha Sarve Nipungava. Oh great, Vishwamitra. Janaka is telling all the story. They, all of them, what did they? They Sarve Devaha Devesham. Devanam Ishaha Deveshaha. Lead of the gods, or head of the gods. Devesham Prasadayanti. They have all tried to please him. Prasadanam. Prasadam is pleasing essentially. Prasadayanti Devesham. Tesham, and so Tesham Pritaha Abhavat Bhavaha. Abhavat, he became. Bhavaha, one, the beer, being. So see the each name of our God. It's a definition. Every name, Sahasra Namani, right? Of all forms of gods, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Shiva Sahasranamam, Lakshmi Sahasranamam. Take any one of them. Every name is a definition of a quality, of an aspect, of a view from a point. Right? So also Bhavaha means what? Bhu Bhavaha. Bhavati means it exists. It is there. Bhavaha is the one that exists. Bhavati means exists, the verb. Bhavaha is the noun of it. So the one that exists forever, the one that exists without any other reason or without any other support is Bhavaha. One, the existence is called Bhavaha. So Bhavaha Tesham Pritaha Abhavat. So the poet rhythm also of Bhavaha Abhavat. As well as all of them have the same root word for us to understand the names of our divine definitions. So with all of their prayers and services, finally Rudra got pleased because he's a Bhola Shankara. He gets pleased very easily. Priti yuktasya sarvesham.
Priti yuktasya sarvesham.
Tadau tesham mahatmanam.
Dadau tesham mahatmanam.
Tadetad devadevasya.
Tadetad devadevasya.
Dhanuratnam mahatmanaha.
Dhanuratnam mahatmanaha.
Nyasabhutam tadanyasam tadanyastam
Nyasabhutam tadanyastam.
asmakam purvake vibho.
Asmakam purvake vibho.
So he's saying Priti Yuktaha Saha, that Bhavaha, who was full of pleasure, meaning full of having gotten pleased. That result is pleasure. Priti, pleasure, pleasureful, or Priti Yuktaha Saha, Sarvesham, of all of them, pleased by all of them. Tesham Mahatmanam Dadau. To all those Mahatmas, gods, he has given it. What did he give? Tat etat devadevasya dhanuratnam Mahatmanaha, of that Devadeva, of that Mahatma Rudra, his dhanuratnam, he gave it as nyasabhutam tada nyastam, as a symbol of foundation, or as a symbol of protection. Asmakam purvake nyastam, that then after all of that was settled and he was pleased and everybody went back, finally he thought, okay, I've lifted this dhanush. Normally once you set up the dhanush, you cannot again leave it, you cannot let it loose without applying it. Now that he got pleased and he didn't have to use it, so he left it with somebody else, who was one of our ancestors called Devarata. So that's how the story he briefly tells here. So after this, now we will switch over to the shlokas from here, because I don't have the slides. I didn't prepare the slides, but we will try to run from here. Priti Yuktaha abhavat. Okay. Nyasabhutam purvaje vibho. Athame krishatah kshetram.
Atavi krishata kshetram.
Langulad uttita tatah.
Langula ruktita tata.
Kshetram shodhayata labdha. Or let us stop there. Athame. So after that, thus we got that Shivadhanus. It has been there with us for long. Atha. After that, me krishataha. I've been cultivating, or I've been plowing. While I was plowing, me krishataha. While I was plowing kshetram, the land, the field. Langulat. Langula is the plow. The langulam is the plow.
Plow.
The one where,
Plow, I said, yes. You said.
Plow, yeah. So langulat uttita tataha. Because this plow has that iron thing that goes into the earth and is trying to cut it, from that several things come out. Sometimes weeds come out, sometimes worms come out and get killed or whatever. And likewise, once while I was plowing, from that came out uttita, from that came up. What did come up? Kshetram shodhayata labdha. Continue, Lavaji.
Kshetram shodhayata labdha.
Namna siteti vishruta.
Namna siteti vishruta.
Bhutalad uttita satu. Okay, so we'll stop again here. So kshetram shodhayata. Shodhanam means deeply involved or deeply working on. Shodhanam means research, right? Or something that you are deeply engrossed and thinking about. Likewise, in physical activity, deeply cutting, plowing, working. So kshetra, while I was working on that field, labdha, I found it. She was found by me. And so namna Sita iti Vishruta. And so she became popularly called as Sita. And in fact, there are two types, two definitions given here in the commentary. One is kshetram, when they do krashikaryam, there are 6 stages or 6 steps of the plowing and all that they do, it seems. So one of that is called Sita Langula Paddhatihi, they say. One of the stages or one of the processes of plowing has a name called Sita. In the Amarakosha also, that definition is given. So, because as part of that Sita Langula Paddhatihi Uttita, she came out, she was popularly called by everyone as Sita. So, Sita essentially means plowing process or plowing tool or plowing item, something like that. So she's part of the plowing of that shade. Krishikaryam Langula Paddhatihi Sita. So she became popularly called as Sita. Bhutaladuttita Satu.
Bhutaladuttita Satu.
Vyavardhata Mamatmaja.
Vyavardhata Mamatmaja.
Virya Shulketi Me Kanya.
Virya Shulketi Me Kanya.
Thapiteyam Ayonija.
Stapiteyam Ayonija.
Bhutalat Uttita.
Bhutalat Uttita. Oh,
Same thing. No, I'm now continuing that shloka only. So,
okay.
He has risen from the ground level. So, Bhutalat, from the ground plane. Bhutalat Uttita Sa. Mama Atmaja. I have taken her as my own daughter. So, she is my own offspring. However, Ayonija. She is not born out of any physical reason. Yoni, in biological terms, is our womb and the delivery stream there. But Yoni also means Karanam. In Bhagavad Gita, when the Yoni term comes, he says there it is the Karanam, the reason or the source, not the source. Yoni is the source. For a physical birth, that is the source. But for other purposes, whatever is the source of that activity, source of that thought, source of that vision is also called Yoni. So, Ayonija, because she didn't have her birth was not through anybody's biological source. And so, she is Ayonija, Mamatmaja, Ayonija, Vyavardhata. She has grown. I got her on the fields while I was plowing, and I've taken her as my daughter, and she has grown up. She has been growing in my home. And so, Virya Shulka Me Kanya Iti Sthapita. Because she's not out of anybody's, she's Ayonija. So, one who can claim her should be equally capable and powerful, should be equally great. And so, then itself I have declared, iti sthapita, I have established, I have declared that she is Virya Shulka. Shulkam, we say, right? For Shibiram and all, we have Shulka. Shulka means fees or a comparable equivalent of the entire expenses is what is called as fees, Shulka. So, Viryam Shulkam Yasyaha Sa Virya Shulka. So, what is the fee to claim her? Or what is the eligibility to claim her? It is Viryam, immeasurable strength, immeasurable valor. That is the Viryam. Only such a person will be able to, will be allowed to be eligible to claim her. That is Virya Shulka. So she is a Virya Shulka. I have called her as Virya Shulka. I have declared her as Virya Shulka. That means whoever she has to go to needs to be having that much of Viryam. Virya Shulka iti me kanya sthapita. Then he is continuing. Bhutaladuttitam tam tu.
Bhutalat uttitam tam tu.
Vardhamanam mamatmajam.
Vardhamanam mamatmajam.
Varayamasuhu.
Varayamasuhu.
Varayamasuhu agatya.
Varayamasuhu agatya.
Rajano munipungava.
Rajano munipungava.
So now she has become very famous by the name Sita, and that she's Ayonija, and so she's a very famous lady, and I have declared her as Viryashulka. So Varayamasuhu, several men have come, and Bhutalat Uttitam Tam, that Sita who was risen from the earth, and Vardhamanam, and growing up, as she was becoming a grown-up lady, Mama Atmajam, Rajanaha, several kings, Varayamasuhu, Agatya Varayamasuhu, several kings have come and have made their proposal, to marry Sita. But what did I do? Tesham Varayatam Kanyam.
Tesham Varayatam Kanyam.
Sarvesham Pruthivikshitam.
Sarvesham Prithvikshitam.
Viryashulketi Bhagavan.
Viryashulketi Bhagavan.
Na dadami sutamaham.
Na dadami sutamaham.
So simple. They all used to come and casually, make a proposal to marry her. But I would say no. Tesham Varayatam Sarvesham Prithvikshitam. Of all those, landlords, kings who were coming to marry Sita, I would always reply saying, Na dadami sutam aham. I shall not give my daughter to you. Why? Because Viryashulka iti. She is a Viryashulka. If you want to prove your Viryam, then I can even consider. Otherwise, forget. I'm not going to even entertain simple, ordinary, casual proposals. That's what Janaka is telling Vishwamitra. That's how I've been, handling all of them. Tata sarve nrupatayaha.
Tata sarve nrupatayaha.
Sametya munipungava.
Sametya munipungava.
Mithilam apyupagamya.
Mithilam upagamya.
Viryam jignasavastada.
Viryam jignasavastada.
As I have been denying several such proposals, then all of these fellows, jignasavaha, those who are interested at least in knowing, what is that Viryashulka? What should I prove? Jnatum ichha yesham saha te jignasuhu, jignasavaha. Jnatum ichha yasya saha jignasuhu, bahuvachanam jignasavaha. So all of them, all those jignasus have then come to Mithila and wanted to know what is the Virya. Sametya, all of them have come together. All those guys who wanted to claim Sita have come together, but at least who wanted to know what is the Virya. They have come together and inquired about the Virya. Tesham jignasamananam.
Tesham jignasamayan. Mananam.
Tesham jignasamananam.
Tesham jignasamananam.
Daivam dhanurupahritam.
Daivam dhanurupahritam.
Shaivam.
Shaivam dhanurupahritam.
Na shekur grahane tasya.
Na shekur grahane tasya.
Dhanushas tolanepi va.
Vamshas tolaneti pa.
Tolanepi va.
Tolaneti va.
So when they have come and asked, I declared, Oh, Saivam Dhanuhu Upahritam. That is the Virya Shulka. That is the Shulka. And so, when I declared that, then na shekuhu, na sakta tha, na sheku, they were not capable of, they could not grahane tasya. They could not even, grahanam means dharanam, holding, taking. They could not even take it. They could not even hold it. They could not even lift it. Na shekur grahane tasya dhanushaha tolane apiva. Even if some of them could lift it, tolanam means bending it and then tying the string and all of that. Tolanam is balancing it. It was so heavy and powerful that first of all, many of them could not even lift. And even if they have lifted it, they could not even properly balance it. Forget then tying the rope and all. Tying that string and all. So na shekuhu. And so what happened? Tata paramakopena.
Tata paramakopena.
Rajano munipungava.
Rajano munipungava.
Arundhan mithilam sarve.
Arundan mithilam sarve.
Viryam sandeham agataha.
Viryam sandeham agataha.
I think you are missing one line.
Did I?
Tacham tataha paramakopena rajano munipungavaha.
Where is that?
Tesham viryavatam viryamadam natva mahamune.
Okay. Correct.
Second.
Correct. Tolane piva. After that, Tesham viryavatam viryam.
Tesham viravatam viryam.
Alpam jnatva mahamuni.
Alpam jnatva mahamune.
Pratyakhyata nrupas tasmin.
Pratyakyata nrupat tasmin.
Nibodha tapodhana.
Vibodha tapodhana. Nibodha or vibodha?
Nibodha.
Nibodha tapodhana.
Tapodhana. Oh, tapodhana. Vishwamitra. Tesham viryavatam. Viryam alpam. Of those viras who tried to, even lift it or hold it and lift it or balance, viryam alpam jnatva. Their capabilities were very minimal or, were very little. Jnatva, by having known that, Mahamuni pratyakhyataha. They were all replied by me. They were all responded to by me. Nrupatayaha. Tasmin nibodha. So listen to that. What happened after I responded to them that, hey, your capacities are very minimal or limited. When I said that, what happened? Tata paramakopena.
Tata paramakopena.
Rajano munipungava.
Rajano munipungava.
Arundhan mithilam sarve.
Arundan mithilam sarve.
Virya sandeham agataha.
Virya sandeham agataha.
So, because I declared that, hey, your viryam is alpam, tata paramakopena rajanaha. All those kings, Raja, Rajan, Raja, Rajanaha. Rajanaha is Bahuvachanam. So, all those kings, O Munipungava, paramakopena. When somebody fails, when you say that, hey, you have not done well, what do? First thing is they get furious. Instead of realizing that I'm probably not capable, I have to further work upon my talent. Instead of that, they became furious as if they were indignated. So, tata paramakopena rajanaha mithilam arundhan. What did they do? That is the problem of terrorist mentalities or gunda mentalities, right? So what did they do? Oh, you declare you are not accepting our power. We'll show you what our power is. What did they do? Mithilam sarve virya sandeham agataha. All those who have sandeham, who became doubtful of their viryam, because Janaka has denied their power, their prowess, their capacities, all of them survey Mithilam Arundhan. Arundhan means Rudhanam, Rodha. Rudha means block. They sort of blocked Mithila. They have around the city of Mithila, they have sort of all of them with their forces have blocked, which means then there is no more in, out. How long can, in a way it is like economic blockade, military blockade of Mithila, all of them. So, Atmanam avadhutam me.
Atmanam avadhutam te.
Me.
Avadhutam ne.
Vijnaya and Rupapungavaha.
Vijnaya Munipungavaha.
Roshena Mahata Vishtaha.
Roshena Mahata Vishtaha.
Pidayan Mithilam Purim.
Pidayan Mithilam Purim.
So, Atmanam avadhutam me. Having gotten insulted by me, or having felt insulted by me, just because I've told them that, hey, you're not capable, you're not even able to lift it, you're not able to hold it, you're not able to balance it, you're not even able to tie a string. Hey, you're not capable, man. That's all I was doing. I was frankly assessing and letting them know their capacities. But these fellows felt as if they were insulted. Atmanam avadhutam vijnaya, having felt insulted and washed out, Nrupapungavaha, all those kings, Roshena, because of with anger, Mahata Vishtaha, with lot of anger, filled with lot of anger, Mithilam Purim Pidayan, initially Arundhan, initially they have blocked. Janaka didn't give up. Then they went and started Pidayan. That means they started troubling the city of Mithila. They would go and break things. They would go and take over gas stations or stores, etc. So causing trouble to the city of Mithila. Tata samvatsare purne.
Tata samvatsare purve.
Shayam yatani sarvashaha.
Shayam yatani sarvashaha.
Adhanani munisreshtha.
Adanani munisreshtha.
Tatoham brushadukshitaha.
Tatoham rushadukshitaha.
Bhrisham means completely. Brushadukshitaha. So tataha samvatsare purne.
Brushadukshitaha.
Correct. So after 1 year of such blockade and vandalizing the city, troubling the city, Yata sarvashaha, by all means, sadhanani, yatani, shayam, sadhanani, shayam, purna yatani, all of our resources went to shayam. Shayam means all of our resources were sort of emptied.
Depleted. Depleted, yeah.
Depleted is right. So all our resources of the city were depleted after 1 year of their blockade and troubling the city. And so, Munisreshta, I became Vrishadukkhitaha. I was totally devastated. It was very, very, very painful, very grief-stricken. Tato devaganan sarvan.
Tato devaganan sarvan.
Tapasaham prasadayam.
Tapasanam prasadayam.
Daduscha paramaprita.
Daduscha paramam prita.
Chaturanga balam surah.
Chaturanga balam surah.
So after that, well, okay, I didn't get into depression or anything like that, but at least I went and did tapasa. I did tapas. With that tapas, aham devaganan sarvan prasadayam. I have pleased all the gods. And so, Parama Pritaha Devascha, all the pleased gods, Chaturanga Balam Daduhu, all the Suraha, all the gods have given me, blessed me with Chaturanga Balam, with four-legged force, army, or whatever call it, right? With four-legged strengths, force, Balam. Tato Bhagnan Rupatayaha.
Tato Bhagnan Nrupatayaha.
Anyamana Disho Yayuhu.
Hanyamana Disho Yayuhu.
Avirya Virya Sandigdha.
Avirya Virya Sandigdaha.
Samatya Papakarinaha.
Samatya Papakarinaha. Papakarinaha.
So Tataha Nrupatayaha Bhagnaha. So after gods gave me this huge army of forces, with them I fought back. Tataha Bhagnaha, all of them were sort of broken. All Nrupatayaha broken. Hanyamanaha, being killed by our forces. Dishaha Yayuhu, they ran in all directions out. They ran out in all directions. Dishaha Yayuhu. Aviryaha, useless fellows. Aviryaha, no strength fellows. Virya Sandigdhaha, or not capable or doubtful of their own strengths, by looking at this divine forces that Janaka has obtained now and are fighting against them. Some of them doubtful, some of them incapable. They ran in all directions. And Papakarinaha, those though they were, and all these kings not only were doubtful of their capacities or were incapable, but also were Papakarinaha. They were troublemakers, they were sinners, they were terrorists. So Papakarinaha. Tadetad Munishardula.
Tadetad Munishardula.
Dhanu Paramabhaswaram.
Dhanu Paramabhaswaram.
Ramalakshmanayos Chapi.
Ramalakshmanayos Chapi.
Darshayishyami Subrata.
Darshayishyami Subrata.
So, because Vishwamitra, what did he say? Darshaya Drashtukamaha. He said, right? So, before Rama, okay, sir, I'll bring it. Instead of directly bringing it, Janaka sort of told the story, narrated the story of what all I went through, how we got, how our ancestors obtained it, preserved it for so long, and it was sort of our symbol protecting us against all the foes. And what all did I have to go through after having found Sita and declared her to be a Virya Shulka? Unless Rama and Lakshmana know the significance of it, it is not a toy that they should be looking at. So sort of I'm briefing them with all this background so that they know how to look at it and then look at it in a divine outlook. So tate edad Munishardula Dhanuhu Paramabhaswaram. Oh Muni Shardula, oh tiger of Munis. Etad Dhanuhu Paramabhaswaram. This one is a very glorious, glowing, powerful bow. It is. All right. Rama Lakshmana Yoho Api Darshayishyami. Api. I have shown it anyway to several kings in the past. Okay. I will also show it to Rama Lakshmana as we have requested. Cha Api. To Rama and Lakshmana also I shall show Suvrata. Suvrata, one who always takes up good projects. Vratam. Vratam is a dedicated vow, resolve. One who takes such dedicated, devoted resolutions is a Suvrata. So Suvrata Darshayishyami. Yadyasya Dhanusho Ramaha.
Yadyasya Dhanusho Ramaha.
Kuryadaropanam Mune.
Kuryadaropanam Mune.
Sutamayo Nijam Sitam.
Sutam ayonijam sitam
Dadyam dasharatheraham.
dadyam dasharateraham.
So he's saying, Yadi, all right, I'll show it. Darshayishyami, I'll show it. Yadi, if asya dhanushaha, of this bow, Ramaha, if Rama, if at all Rama, asya dhanushaha aropanam kuryat. Aropanam is lifting up. Dhvajaropanam, we say, right? Raising the dhvaja up. So also, asya dhanushaha aropanam yadi Ramaha kuryat. Muni, if Rama, of course, because if you are asking me to show it to him, he's not going to just see it as a museum piece. I know he wants to sort of lift it, play with it. If he even raises it up, because so far nobody could grahane tolane piva. Nobody could even hold it and or balance it. Forget raising it, tying the string and all, right? So now he's not even taking it to that level. He's saying if he can even raise it properly. Sutam ayonijam sitam dasharathehe aham dadyam. Even if he just raises it, I shall give my Ayonija daughter Sita to the son of Dasharatha, Rama. Listen. So this next scene in the next sarga is already set with this promise or with this declaration of Janaka to Vishwamitra, saying even if Rama can, already I'll bring it, if Rama can even raise it. Raise means, first of all, he should be able to hold it. That much of strength he should have in his grip, in his fingers, a fist. And then Tolanam, yes, he should be able to lift it and balance it, and then tilt it up and raise it. If he can even do that much, hey, I shall give my daughter, because then that is good enough, Vireshulka, and I shall give my daughter Sita, who is Ayonija, to Rama. That's the declaration that Janaka made for a grand next episode of the 67th Sarga that we will study on the Sri Ramanavami, which is when typically Sita Kalyanam and all is done. And so we will study that great Sarga in the next week. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane Valmikiye Adikavye Balakande षट्षष्टितमः सर्गः Anybody has anything to say?
So I was not aware that the Swayamvara is not part of Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana.
No.
I was thinking it is part of Valmiki Ramayana.
That's all Tulasi Ramayana and all later ones, because by that time the Swayamvara concept became sort of trend then, right? So according to their contemporary times, Tulasi ji he had his vision of writing Ramayana like that. But in the original Valmiki Ramayana, it is a pure Vedic marriage that takes place.
Okay.
One sort of unrelated comment. One unrelated comment. The word virya is also used for male semen, right?
Virya is about strength and capacity. Right? The strength and capacity can be, I say, many things. Virya, the root is vira. Vira is that valor. One of the aspect of it is also the viryam that you are saying.
Right.
Several meanings are there, but the common meaning of viryam is, we say that even in Sandhyavandanam, we say, Mai varcho balamojo nidatta. So their viryam, we ask viryam. Viryam is not just that, right? Viryam is the main strength, the mental, physical, spiritual, intellectual strength.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Are you glad we are studying this Ramayana this way? Are you all, did you find it? I'm excited, but how is are you all excited?
Yes, Bhogaji, like we are also thought Swayamvara and all those things. So it is a lot of things are getting clarified in what is the original story.
Right.
But this is the pure form of Ramayana, right?
This is the original Ramayana.
Yeah.
Contemporary record. Right? While Valmiki was living in the times of Sri Rama. His very first line is Konvasmin Sampratam Loke. In the contemporary world, who is there? A person, Gunavan, Viryavan, Dharmajna. Viryavan, there itself Valmiki asks. Viryavan. Virya, that is not about semen at all. Virya is Viryam, valor. Virata, Virangana.
But when they do Atishayokti like thousands of years and so on, why did they have to say that?
We do not even know, right? How can we judge? What we can judge is based on our knowledge, our view as of today. Are we ultimate in our knowledge today? Why doubt our elders who are a lot more knowledgeable, who are a lot more visionaries? Visionaries as in not future visionaries. One whose vision was in entirety, not just material vision, not just physical vision, but beyond metaphysical vision.
Right.
Why doubt them? Whether it is 1,000 or 100, does it really matter? Let's say, okay, it's not 1,000, let's call it 100. Rama was still great, he still fought. Whether he fought 14,000 Rakshasas or 1,400 Rakshasas. Still great one.
Still great.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm enjoying your Sanskrit explanations.
Yeah. Yes. Good. All right.
We are actually learning the meaning, core meaning, the values, and also the word-to-word meaning. Actually, right? So there are so many. We are introduced to so many new Sanskrit words.
Yes.
Naishati. I heard it for first time. So
Which one?
That's the benefit. Yeah.
Which one, Raghunandanji, for example?
I mean, today we heard about Naishati, the word Naishati, right?
Nyasa.
Nyasa.
Ni a asyante. Nitaram a samantat bhavena asyante repavaha iti nyasaha.
Yeah. So, I mean, the construction of those words, each alphabet has its own meaning, right? That was really good to know.
Yes, yes, yes. Sanskritam is ultimate, divine and ultimate.
Anyhow,
okay,
everyone happy. Shubhakrita Ugadi Subhakangshalu, everyone. Gudi Padwa.
Shubhakrita Ugadi, yeah. Happy Ugadi to everyone. So Shanti Mantra we didn't say, but let's say it quickly, Raghunandanji.
Yeah, sure. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, Shubhadinam Sarvebhyaha Ugadi. Happy Ugadi.
Happy Ugadi, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.